And he kept on looking at me going, I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. Over and over again. I'm like, I know you are. You're doing a great job. I'm just trying to help. I'm doing the best I can.
We're off to a good start here.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
We had an incident that we'd like to show you involving our son.
First of all, we had an amazing vacation. And on the way back, we had a great flight. Everything was great.
It was.
It was great.
It was.
It was great.
Until it wasn't.
These are the things in parenting that I believe you are never quite prepared for.
No.
These are the things that if they told you about, we actually would have maybe not become parents. I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
No. We don't have any video because we're freaking out. We couldn't hold the camera, but we're gonna reenact it for you so that you kind of understand. So picture this. We're on the plane. I'm next to Penn Charles. Kim is in front of us, one seat in front of us. We're all giggling because we found a way to make cows fall off of a giant ladder in Minecraft. And Penn Charles, what did you say? Remember what you said?
Stop making me laugh. I'm probably gonna puke.
He said that. I was like, whatever. He's not gonna puke from laughing. It's just that I'm very funny. 5 minutes later, the plane takes off. I am looking straight ahead. I've got my gadgets.
This is Penn on a plane. I got an iPad, and I got a cell phone, and I got a computer, and I got noise reduction headphones. I cannot be bored ever on a plane, not for 1 minute, ever, 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 ever.
Right, so I've got all this stuff all around me, and all of a sudden I hear Penn Charles go, I think I'm gonna puke. And I was like, oh, do you think, blah! Blah! That's how much warning I got. And so I'm trying to position his head so that it doesn't go anywhere else, and I've got the iPad and the noise reduction, and my computer's on the ground, so the only safe place to put the puke, and it's a lot of puke, is, on my crotch. So, and Penn Charles is trying to talk in between it.
Aww.
He's like, Daddy, bleh! I think it's bleh!
That is such a gross sound. Could maybe we make it sound more like unicorn sparkles or something?
Nope.
No.
And so here's what Kim's doing. Kim's in front of us, and Kim, I'm handling it the best I can. Would you agree that I'm handling it the best I can?
You did a great job. But I unbuckled my seatbelt, and immediately I had some napkins in my purse.
You just started throwing stuff at me. You were throwing, he was still puking and you were throwing things at me. Here's what it is, you're a very sweet mom and you were not the alpha in this situation, and you were on the sidelines and you were trying to get into the game of helping him out with puke. You were like, are you holding his head up right? Or is this enough napkins? You're not use the sanitary napkins, don't use the toilet paper because that's gonna, is the seat okay? Is the floor okay?
I kept turning around to give things to Penn to try to help, and he kept on looking at me going, I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can. Over and over again. I'm like, I know you are. You're doing a great job. I'm just trying to help. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing the best I can.
That's the only thing I can think of. Honestly,
I'm doing the best I can.
I didn't know how to...
I'm doing the best I can.
I didn't know how to make words.
I'm normally the puke dealer.
Right. You did not like being on the sidelines.
I did not like being on the sidelines. But instantly, I have to say, all the moms in the surrounding area heard that familiar sound and started throwing
anything.
Baby wipes
they were.
antibacterial stuff because everybody has diapers.
Yes, no, yeah. I think there was a diaper that we used to help absorb stuff.
And so the girl next to me, God bless her,
she caught a little bit.
She's a little bit got on her sleeve through the seats. So she was taking her scented hand lotion and just putting it up to her nose so she could smell something else because it was so random. And I didn't know what to say. And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. And then I was worried. Yeah, it was a high level parenting. There are a few things we've learned about this that we will now travel differently because we do travel a lot.
Just a bag. Just have a bag. Always have a bag.
We always have a plastic bag. We always have wipes. And even if it's just to offer it to somebody else. And honestly, a change of clothes for a grown-up change of clothes. He was fine. He got none of it on himself. It went all over you, and we had no clothes in our carry-on.
I got some on the back of my leg for some reason.
Not much, dude. This much.
I think after handling this incident, we can now handle most parenting situations.
Anything. Yeah.
Yeah, we're better equipped. I put that up with like natural childbirth as the most like painful things we've ever been
You
through.
were like not even on the row.
But
with us.
watching it, no, but I also had to deal with the looks from people
you
around
poor
us.
thing. You had to deal with looks.
Thank you to the nice family who gave us baby wipes and antibacterial. Apologies to the girl next to us.
Thank you to everyone on the plane for just
Yeah.
not, like, they could have been very, very
What are
annoyed.
you
Yeah, I
gonna
think
do?
there's a
I think they were annoyed. I mean, what are you gonna do though? Like,
Yeah, thanks to the flight attendant who brought like tons of ginger ale and barf bags and gave him an extra ginger ale when he got
It
off
was
the
a
plane.
trash bag.
and we've kept him home from school now for several days
Yeah.
because we don't want this to be ground zero.
But
Can
I'm
we-
ready to say, would you like to have him now?
I know, but
Help me.
But can you also, other people who get stomach bugs, keep your kids home from school, please? Because sometimes I will judge you if you say, literally this has happened to me. Oh, my kid was puking all night last night, but then they show up to school the next day. Oh, they're fine. They got it out of their system.
They're fine.
No,
Anything.
no, I will judge you.
Yeah.
Keep your kids home when they're sick. And I think you're ready to go back, right, buddy?
Tomorrow.
Good. I mean,
Aw, we'll miss you. Glad you're feeling better.
Bye.
Bye.
Ruby, you're not in an airplane.
Ruby, dogs aren't allowed on airplanes.
Ruby is at an airplane.
Ruby.
Ruby, over here.